Good morning. How are you doing today, Richard?
I'm doing great. Thanks. How are you?
Dude, I am so excited to talk with you because Married with Children, I was there the first night on Fox where they played it several different times. And that show was one of those, this is pre-binge watching where you had to wait week after week to catch that next episode.
Well, exactly.
To build this, to create it from ground zero in a way that Fox was trying to be very unique in their own way, you guys were being unique. How did it all come together so peacefully? Or was it peacefully?
Well, it was peaceful at first. At first, it was very peaceful. The Fox just gave us carte blanche. They said, "Go ahead." Like you said, in order to compete against the established networks, you have to do something different. And you guys go ahead and do something different. And we did. And by and large, they let us do what we did. There was one joke that killed us. It was when Al said, I don't know about this PMS thing that women get. I think it stands for pummel men's scrotums. And that joke set them off and they censored that. And that was about the only thing that they censored. They just gave us carte blanche because they knew, even though they may have been holding their noses while they were watching us, they knew that they had to do something different or else they would not grab viewers from the established network.
Oh, just to see Al Bundy with his hand down his pants. It was like, oh my God, I've never seen that before in my life.
Yeah, no, that was Al. And everyone, once everyone got into those characters, they stayed in those characters. And then controversy came around the third season when a woman saw the show that didn't like it and tried to shut us down. And actually, she got made some headway with sponsors, and she got sponsors like Colgate Palmolive and Coca-Cola to pull out. And then what happened was all the publicity that she created by going on the morning shows and getting interviews on newspapers actually, as sometimes happens, brought viewers to the show, and the show became more popular than ever. So the controversy actually helped us in that instance.
Well, that's every reason why when we say in radio, if you get in trouble, just make sure they spell your name right, because it's promotion. It's just going to get people to come see what the mess is all about.
Yeah, we honestly were on the verge of being canceled though, because the show wasn't doing, the whole network wasn't doing all that well. And here was this big controversy. And then all of a sudden we came out the other side and we were able, I want to say we, the network, they were able to sell the advertising at even higher rates once we took off.
The thing that I love about this book is, and it's probably because I'm also a writer, is the fact that, yes, Katie Seagal and Christine Applegate and Ed O'Neill are brilliant at what they do, but it came from the writers. You guys were the seeds that made all of this come together.
You give me credit, I give them credit for taking it that further step and really embodying those characters and then bringing things that we hadn't thought of. So it was really very collaborative, and we worked very closely with them. The whole process is one where we write, they act, we see what they do, we change stuff, they see what we do, they change stuff, and the audience gets the end product.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how is it that you could write for a wannabe rocker and an ex-football player? Because it's like, wait, this shouldn't even be working here.
Well, I mean, you put yourself as a writer, you try and put yourself in as many, you put yourself in the position of the character that you're writing. And if you're a good writer, there's the cliche, you write what you know, but you also are able to expand. You've seen the world, you've interacted with the world, and you pull stuff out and you put it in your characters and you let them fly, and they flew.
Was there ever a subject you wanted to cover, but the censors kept saying, stop it, you know the rules?
There was one, particularly after the big controversy. That's a really good question. There was a subject that Michael Moy, one of the creators of the show, wanted Al Bundy to get a circumcision.
Yeah.
And they said, no, 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 you can't do that. And then about 6 years later, we did the episode where Al goes in, but we do it as an accident. He goes in for a circular incision, and they read it wrong at the hospital, and they give him a circumcision. So Al gets an adult circumcision. And that was an hysterical show. And that's an example of a show that they didn't want us to do.
Wow.
But that eventually, once the show got ratings and once we proved ourselves, they allowed us to do.
How do you think they would have done in today's world of binge watching? Would you have done all the episodes, or would we still have to wait every week?
I think you'd wait every week.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not serialized, so that's a good question. I think they would have rolled them out every week.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can't thank you enough for this book, Married with Children versus the World, man. I mean, you guys, just unbelievable what you have done with your writing, and I can't wait to talk with you again in the future, sir.
I'd be happy to talk with you anytime you like.
Well, it's a perfect place, this book. I mean, and new people that are discovering shows, and the older people are going to go, God dang, where was this book ages ago?
Well, it's time. I think the time is right.
It is.
So I appreciate it.
Well, you be brilliant today, okay, sir?
Okay, I'll try.